Oh, hello and welcome. Dad Roth here. This is Legend of Mana for the PS1. In our last episode, we went to the mines, learned how to make instruments, and went back into the mines. Still need to get watts to get it to workshop. So, also found out that we're going to be missing quests. So, I thought the placement that we were doing would give us access to everything, but apparently not. I guess you need to go in order for certain things, but the good news is I found a guide for that. So when we go and do the remastered version of this, that's going to be our 100% run. So for now, we'll just continue placing the stuff how it goes, and whatever quests that we get, and then we'll just end the game when we end the game. All right, so let's go to it. Still trying to get the golden dragon as well. Cornflower. The Dubbear Express. Arf. The Book of Poems. Oh, it's gonna be the same thing. Finally got it. Golden Dragon. Let's test it out. I lost me trusty hammer, so my work isn't going well at all. If you see it anywhere, please give it back to me, will you? Sure. Much thanks. If you just give me hammer back, why, I teach you how to blacksmith. Watts drops the hammer. Alright, time to look for the hammer. That's overkill for that. Alright, let's do skill. Oh, actually, we're gonna do equip. And we're gonna go with a steel axe. Alrighty, one-handed axe, deep slice. We're gonna do lunge, and then axe bomb is jump. Oh, this actually has a lot of crossover, so we're gonna probably skip a lot of these. Yeah, Rising Sun we're not gonna do. Let's see here. Spin and somersault. It's a wisp. Let's just throw fucking everything out there. They lost some coins. Wisp silver, wisp silver, wisp silver. Just throw out a bunch of fucking instruments. Oh, where's this guy's hammer at? Electric Yo-Yo, Retribution, Bird of Prey, Salmon Upstream. So we got... Oh, I haven't done Tornado yet. Electric Yo-Yo. Retribution. Bird of Prey, we already know. Salmon Upstream. So, back in some cutting pine. So Axe Bomber, I need Catapult and Evade. I'm confused how this is going. So let's see here. We've got Deep Slice, Axe Bomb, Tornado, Rising Sun, Electric Yo-Yo, Retribution, Four Falcons, Salmon Upstream, Cutting Pine. Okay, so Axe Bomber. I need Catapult and Evade. Evade and Bash. What the hell is this thing then? hammer. Oh, there it is. Found the hammer. Arf. Dub. Dubba. Duba. Oh my god! Retribution is fucking great. Whoa! That's my hammer! Give it back, you! Youngsters these days will take anybody's things. That's not what I meant. I forgot I asked you to bring it back. Please forget what I said. Don't hate me. Watts drops the hammer. The end. Hammer. Whoa! I just finished making the blacksmith you asked for. Bah, youngsters these days don't know the meaning of gratitude. You never asked me? Great Scott! So why did I... Oh, now I get it. I got so caught up in building the smithy, I forgot I came to thank you. Please forget what I just said. Don't hate me. I'll tell you how to make weapons, so have a heart. Right, first, come on. The path of the blacksmith. That's it. You've got it. It's all in the hammer. The right hit makes the right sound. It's all in the hammer. Keep doing that for about 1,000,000 times and you'll be a right craftsman. That's the spirit. Give it 1,000,000 strikes. That's the spirit. It's the same for both weapons and armor. Choose the materials and forge it with your hammer. However, the basic power is decided by the materials, not by your hammering skill. You need to work on your hammering skills. 1,000,000 strikes. To make alterations, you first choose an item. It may affect the ability bonuses and elemental property levels, dependent on the mystic powers contained therein. That all depends on the item, not your blacksmithing. You need to work on your hammering skills. 1,000,000 strikes. Choosing materials. The effects that the materials have is really quite simple. You can tell by looking at the various statistics after you forge something. It will come naturally after making a few pieces. You can't change the material properties using your hammer, I'm afraid. Making alterations will change statistics depending on what item you use. It's like increasing attack power or changing elemental property levels, although you can't always tell what the effects is right away. If you keep altering a piece, you'll start to see the difference. It just doesn't matter how many times it's tempered. You need to work on your hammering skills. Minuscule changes occur through altering, and mystic powers are the embodiment of those changes. When the energy of those changes becomes strong enough, the energy change can be brought about, and then it affects the piece's abilities and parameters. But it won't work just by hitting it with your hammer. Good job. I was lying about the 1,000,000 strikes. But when I was a lad, my master trained me like that too. Now you're able to make any kind of weapon or armor, but you'll need materials. Since you're just starting out, I'll give you this. Metals, bronze. Well, I'll be going then. Good luck to you. Did I give you materials for weapons and armor? I thought I bought some to give you, seeing as how you're just starting out. No, you did. Oh, well, I did then, eh? I forget. Alright then, keep at it, and you'll be a fine blacksmith. The path of the blacksmith. Weapons finished. The Ishii axe. I don't know, man. I mean, the game hasn't been incredibly difficult as of yet anyway, so I'm just gonna skip all this. Well, I'm curious how strong that axe is, though. Oh my god. Double the power. Alright, let's take Bud, and we're gonna go to the underworld. The heck is that? Totally weird, man. What the fuck? Maybe I have to be alone for this? Warrior, I shall test your strength. The Fallen Emperor. The first level of hell. Have you awakened? I am Lark, Dragoon of Draconis. What? What happened? I brought you down into the underworld because I thought you a powerful warrior. If you want to know more, you should come down below with me. Alright. We shall descend into the depths. Go at your own pace and I shall follow. Oh yeah, that explains why. Hey, newly dead! Watch out for that guy! This is like Beetlejuice. Where's Shaldills? There's nothing to fight here so far. I mean, I guess everything's dead in the underworld, so there's really nothing to fight. Oh, lied. Boulder Dash. I'm gonna destroy everything. Oh, I haven't done the Axe Bomber yet, have I? I did like the electric. Salmon upstream was eh. Boulder Dash. Cross Strike I already got. Black Wings. Backstep and Toss. I think that's Retreat. For Black Wings. Well, this says Toss and Bash. don't know which one's right. Backstep and toss. Guess I'll find out. Odd meat. I suppose we better go see Old One. Baptismal chamber. Hey, newly dead. Watch out for that guy. Where's Shadows? I need you to pour some flames over my new partner here. No way, Jose. I ain't nobody gonna receive no baptism of flame without Odol's permission. You can go on if you wish, but all the doors around here are closed. You must report to Olden first, or else you won't be able to get around. Olden's chambers are near here. He is a wisdom, the manager of departed souls. He keeps the dead from getting out of hand. I am Old Von, keeper of the underworld. Lark, Dragoon of Draconis. Why do you bother me bringing this person down here? As a Dragoon, I must follow the will of my master. But this time you brought quite a lively one. So will Draconis' evil plan succeed now? I will love to help out if you had a nice spot for me. If you really mean it, then give permission to perform the baptism of fire. But if those words were meant to insult my master, then mind you. Permission granted. Receive the baptism of flames. The Shadow will guide you. Go and do as you please. So long as your spirit is free, you shall not become a Shadow. The underworld is a vast place. I can help you around. Where to? Once the baptism is done, closed doors will open. Ask the shadows there to perform the baptism. Hey! Where's Shadows? So what's on your mind? We have permission. Perform the baptism of flame. Here you go, Daddy-O. Now you can go to the bottom levels. Let's go. Our master awaits. Excuse me. What? I'm so confused. What the fuck is going on? Okay, so then we come out here. Ghost how? The underworld's a vast place. Where to? Nowhere. I may be stuck down here, but I'll never give up. Dangerous high. Huh. The Jumi will survive. We do not exist simply to be stolen. We can live without Florina and without Pearl. Okay, I see. So we go through it to another side. It's like a circle. Okay. Which I guess, duh. Oh, fucking asshole, stole my... Holly Rock. Now we shall see if you are worthy enough to serve my master. Are you ready? I mean, sure. Here we go. Shrine of Silent Faces. incredible. My master will be most pleased. Pulpit of the Eternal Flame. Prepare yourself for my master comes. Lord Draconis. So, you finally found one, Lark. One who can defeat Hitodama. Yes, my lord. Enough pleasantries, great warrior. My name is Draconis. I summoned you for a reason. I want you to return the magical powers stolen from me by 3 dragons. Why? Long ago on the surface, I was once the Emperor of Dragoons. Or dragons. But 3 jealous dragons stole my power. I was made to wander the underworld in this weakened form. I awaited the coming of one who would defeat the 3 dragons in my stead. So, what my master wants is for you to defeat the 3 dragons. Either way, you must cooperate. Because if we leave you as a half-spirit, you will eventually turn into nothingness. I cannot stand letting so strong a warrior fade away. If you defeat the 3 dragons, I will return you to your previous form. Will you wander the underworld only to fade away? It would sadden me to see such a waste. Strong warrior, will you help me recover my powers from the 3 dragons? Fine. I am indebted to you, strong warrior. My master told me to give this to you as proof of our contract. You got artifacts, skull lantern. Prepare yourself. We are off to hunt the dragons of knowledge. They think they protect order in the world, but we do not need their domination. If you do not like what I'm doing, you are free to do as you will. But do not forget, this is an important opportunity to test your powers. You cannot escape your destiny. Okay, I just need to go talk to the fucking cactus. Chill that out. Jeez, dude. I want to take Bud to go see the underworld guy. Hopefully I can go do that. Down to the underworld. Oops. Want to leave? I'll say. Stick around here and you'll become like us. Hey, it's Olbon. I'm Bud. I came to listen to the wisdoms to become a great wizard. Hello, Bud. Know that you can do anything you wish, and do not forget that you are a human being, just like any other. Thanks, Olbon. I am Olbon, keeper of the underworld. Do not hurry in life or in death. Those with free will shall always find something worthwhile. Well, let's wish it. I'll take you to where you can climb to the surface. This is what's like that one. Phone number. A dog-faced dragoon came out and took my master downstairs when Master touched a tombstone. How am I supposed to picture this? It's really tough. There's a new room in the backyard workshop. It's to make weapons and armors for my master, to be able to whack some more little monsters. That's not nice. We should all be friends. I mean, Watts lost his hammer, but Master found it for him. Doesn't it feel good to do good things? It would be nice if Master could read me a story once in a while, please. I do. I come back here every time to talk to you. Let's go check the orchard. So I need to get a golden seed, which essentially is an artifact, but I need to harvest 60 fruits, which I don't even know how many I've done at this point. Not that many though. Garlic. Small seed, crooked seed, spiny seed. The world is flowing with mana. Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot to give him more seeds. Let's do crooked and spiny. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright guys, well, I think that's it for this episode. In our next episode, we'll figure out where to go. Oh, you know what, actually, I forgot, I gotta read some stuff. Sorry. So we got Skull Lantern. Mages searching for a gem guarded by a dragon crafted the skull of a fallen comrade into a lantern. It glows of its own accord. Did I get more than one? No. Moon Spear, Rusty Anchor. Okay. Let's see here. Monsters. That was Hitodama. I don't think we had any other new ones in here. I don't think I read this one. It became a demi-human as it began living ashore. Darkstalker, a knight of shadow clad in heavy armor. It summons other monsters. I think that's it. Yeah. Let's take a look at. Oh my god. All right, we were at a brief peace. After the Holy War of the Mana Tree, the flow of mana to the world resumed. Before, mages would steal from others using dangerous magic, but now the land produced enough for all. However, the surviving mages could not stand being equal to their fellow creatures. They sought magic that could make everything their own. Mage's Tower. The mages started building towers at mana points all over Fidel in order to regain the Eyes of Flame. They took action against the fairies who stood in the way of their plans. Whenever a tower was built, an army would come to destroy it. Such wars continued for hundreds of years. Soon, all of humanity came to think of fairies as evil beings. Mountain School. Elise, who called herself Anula, was the daughter of Anise. She had the power to bring mundane objects to life. After fleeing her mother's self-righteous rule, she settled in the northern mountains and there created a group of dolls who would obey her every command. They came to be called magical beings, and her art was promulgated by mages who idolized her. Artificers. There were two types of magical beings. One type was imbued with life, another type had hidden powers. The latter were called artificers. Artifacts had weaker magical powers than Eyes of Flame, but were simpler to construct. Creating Eyes of Flame was fraught with accidents, so making artifacts became the most popular kind of magic. Argot. The king of dragons, Argot, destroyed all the mage towers in the land of fairies. Argot opened a hole into the other worlds and called forth many monsters. However, records state that he eventually turned to evil and was banished by the fairies. Leucemia? Argot summoned a worm in the shape of a flamey. He summoned Leucemia, the worm of light, and the greatest of all worms. Legend says that Leucemia leveled each and every mage tower and died trying to swallow an entire volcano. Okay. The Lillipes. The Lillipes are a small tribe that settled in the northern mountains. People said that they were similar to Anula's dolls. Only Selva, who was tall and slim, oft visited Anula by riding on a bird. Selva often took Anula's dolls outside. The Ashes. In a charcoal maker's hut, a little girl awaited her father's return. Her name was Mongolia, and her father made a living from hunting and from making charcoal. Selva gave this girl one of Anula's dolls. Anice's Fire. The doll that was brought into Mongolia's room had red stones as its eyes. They were the Eyes of Flame that Anise made, and they burst into flames and burned the hut to ashes. Mage and Ruby. Mongolia lost her life in the hut as it burned down, but the doll was saved. The doll began to call herself Mongolia, and she stayed with the Lillipes until one day she left with the mage. The mage wanted to steal the Eyes of Flame in Mongolia's eyes, for they contained more mana energy than the enchanted instruments. Gaius. Anula saw through the mage's plot. She left the northern mountain, then gave life to a rocky hill so the mage's caravan could not progress further. The living hill called itself Gaius, and its knowledge seemed deeper and more vast than Anula's. Anula called for Gaius' help and prepared for war. The Conductor. All the fairies fought on Anula's side, using many enchanted instruments. The mage's force fell apart against the power of the instruments with infinite mana power. Anula came to be known as a player of the flying contrabass and as a conductor among fairies. Mage Helicot, or Haliciat the Mage, was the last one who stood against Anula. He used a stone called the Seventh Moon and fought against Anula, but the mages among his army began a quarrel over the stone's possession, and Helicot left the force. This is Gemiswald. The mages made a magic circle with the eyes of flame and summoned the Worm of Thunder, Gemiswald, to attack Anula, but the Lillipes lured Gemiswald into a cave and killed it. The leader of the Lillipes was Selva of the Four Winds. Eastern Wind. It became known to the mages that these instruments could be used as weapons. The mages took the remaining Eyes of Flame and the instruments acquired in the previous battles and fled to the east. There, the mages made instruments with more mana power and dedicated them to their new lord, Lonwei. Emperor Lonwei. The mages provided Lonwei with their magic and urged him to prepare for battle with the fairies. Lonwei's army then progressed to the ancient city of Mindus to open the gates to the land of fairies. Many nations use this as an excuse to start their own political battles. Rikut IV was supported by Anula and was given an army of wooden horses that could fly in the sky to fight against Lonwei and his mages. He came to be known as King of the Wooden Horses. Many brave men enlisted in Rikut's army. Spiritual War. Gado Grottos were Fidel's power nexus, protected by the spirits of the Ascetrix. Many monks fought as soldiers, and the high priest stopped enemies from other dimensions by sending their spirits to battle. Intense battles between the dimensions and other worlds took place in Gado. Razoti. Razoti was a hero who could pierce a warrior's chest with his arrows from miles away. It was anticipated that his bravery and skills would change the war's outcome. However, he only became Lonwei's general because Lonwei promised him great rewards. The Chase. In the midst of an intense battles between Rikut and Lonwei's army, Selva of the Four Winds brought his army of Lillipes and Flowerlings to fight on Rikut's side. Lonwei then ordered Razati to kill Selva. No one had ever escaped Razati's arrows, and the chase was on. Selva. Selva kept commanding his army while fleeing Razati's never-ending chase at the same time. When Razati finally shot Selva's heart with his arrows, he was surrounded by countless Lillipes. It was then that Razati was told to become a wisdom, to walk the same path with them. Conjurer Nanuzak was Lonwei's best and most powerful summoner. He summoned Freymold, the Worm of Fire, as Lonwei ordered him when the tide of war began to turn against him. Nanuzak kept summoning monsters until Lonwei was killed, and he himself became trapped in the dimension on the other side of his magic circle. Warrior Olban. Another army to join the war was Aeon's force of creatures of shadow from the underworld. These creatures of shadow, or the Shadows, caught and threw living people into the underworld and trapped them there. Olban the swordsman went down to the underworld by himself and defeated Aeon. Freymold. Freymold, the worm that was summoned by Nunzak, flew across Fidel and burned Razati's jungle to ashes. Razati raged over this event and later joined Anul's force. Knight of Truth. Lansdak was the only holy knight of Rikut's army who was taught the spell of truth by the fairies. With this spell, he defeated Freymold, but it is told that he later fell to a fairy's curse. The New World. After the war came to an end, Rikut IV built churches and began compiling the Book of Divine Guidance. He also established the Academy of Magic with the portrait of the Great Witch Anise inside and summoned her spirit to it. Anula was displeased by this event. Temple of Healing. The temples lost many of their monks and priests as they came under Rikut's rule. All the male priests were taken and sent to the Academy of Magic as magic researchers to lessen resistance from the religious organizations. Anula. In the years following the war, Rikrot sent soldiers to capture and kill off the surviving soldiers of Lonwei's army. as well as the fairies, what she called the ones with devilish powers. Anula left Rikrot and locked herself into a place called the Graveyard of Artifacts. Mana Stones. The 7th Mana Stone was desired for its mana power, and it appeared in history many times. Jumists were the first ones to be searched for the possession of stone. It is said that an uncountable number of Jumists were hunted down and killed for this purpose. Dirt. When Jumists were being hunted during the search for the 7th Mana Stone, they died after intentionally lessening the energy flow in their jewel cores. Many Jumists died this way to protect the secret of their clan, and mages began to call them lumps of dirt as a result. Angels. There was a new movement in the land of fairies as Zulfben became their leader. The spiritual waves of the two worlds were becoming magnified, and many expected the worlds to become one. Zulfben lamented over the humans' corruption. The spiritual waves of the two worlds were becoming magnified, and many expected the worlds to become one. Zulfben lamented over the humans' corruption and called upon higher beings for help. Angels answered his prayer. Janna. Angels are beings who serve the goddess and cannot normally be seen by fairies or humans. 7 angels chose to reincarnate in the land of fairies, and they rode on Janna, a ship with its own consciousness. Incarnation. In order to control the Janna, the angels decided to reincarnate into fairies and humans. The reborn angels would lose their memories until Janna could awaken them. Malicious Mind. Zulfben rode Janna and searched both Fadel and the land of fairies to find the 7 angels. The humans attacked Janna, afraid of the flying ship. During the attack, the minds of those on board the ship were tainted with evil. Unawakened Angels. The angels transmuted into their human and fairy forms, but they lost awareness of their true nature because they could not sense Janna's benevolence. Some of the angels even joined the battle to gain control of Janna. Janna turned to evil, and villainous people gained demands over her. Ancient Memories. Even though Janna had not awakened them, 6 of the 7 angels regained their memories. One cried for a fallen friend, one confronted Janna, one crossed swords with a former angel, one heard the guidance of a wisdom. 6 angels' memories were restored, but the 7th would never awaken. The 7th angel. In the dreams of the 6 angels, the 7th angel appeared, but he did not answer the calls of the others. He was neither human nor fairy, but a Jumi. Both humans and fairies had used the Jumi to strengthen their magic in the war. Janna's End. The angels gave up retrieving Janna and chose to fight for the Jumi. With help from the wisdoms, they built a ship to confront Janna and join the war. The angels defeated the leader of the humans, and Zulfben, who had become an evil fairy, had sealed Janna in the dimensional gap. Then they remained infidel. Almost done with the world history. Let's see here. Characters. Lark. A beast warrior who was once a famous hero. He became Draconis' dragoon after he died. Goals. Shadows of all living creatures and inhabitants of the underworld. They share the same consciousness. So, what about... Olbon, the keeper of the underworld and one of the seven wisdoms. In the era of the fairies' wars, he went to the underworld to defeat the fairies' leader. Well, I guess the guy who we're gonna go kill the dragons for is not in here. Oh, that's fine. All right, now we can go to bed. All right, guys. Well, I guess in the next episode, what we can do is go place the skull lantern since we're waiting on the golden seed. The skull lantern would be the next thing anyways. So yeah, that's going to be our plan. So cool. All right, guys. Well, that's all I got. So until next time, stay safe and God bless. And I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, bye-bye.